over the last 100 days, I did 100 reps of 100 different exercises. Some of these were easy, and some of them almost broke me. So that means every day for 100 days, I would do 100 reps of a different exercise. Push-ups, easy. Burpees, brutal, but actually not too bad. Chin-ups, don't even get me started. You don't understand how hard doing 100 is. It was early 2025 and life was moving kind of slow. I was on a study break and I wasn't really doing much, and I had a bit of a realization. I haven't really achieved anything since graduating high school over a year ago, and I needed to find something to fill that gap. So I had to sit down and I thought, what am I good at? Now, the answer to that is not a lot, but I do like to have fun, and I have a lot of fun when I'm doing exercise, so I thought I'd challenge myself by doing something involving the gym. I normally do a lot of sports in my free time, so I figured I may as well challenge myself in that category. I thought may as well do 100 reps of 100 different exercises. Only the problem was, I didn't know 100 exercises. After weeks of procrastinating and not being able to forget this idea, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get started. So I got down and did 100 push-ups. But by push-up 70, I kind of gave up. I thought this was stupid and that I should just give it a rest. But the very next day, I woke up and tried again. Only this time I didn't give up at 70, I got to the full 100. I felt stupid, especially since I was recording it, but I felt good that I completed all 100. Before uploading it, I wanted to make sure I had 100 different exercises, which is a lot easier said than done. I sat down, wrote down as many as I could, only could think of 70, and I thought, you know what, that's good enough. 30 exercises I didn't know, that's alright. That is a problem for future Clary, and we don't like future Clary, so we give him all our problems. And that's where the journey began. Every day I'd wake up and I'd do 100 reps of an exercise, and before I knew it, I was already at day 10. And day 10, I had something special. I had burpees. If you don't know what a burpee is, it's this. You do a push-up, then you bring your legs in, you jump high in the air, and then you're back on the ground. They're not fun, and doing 100 is very hard. But now you see, I am smart for how I decided I was going to do these exercises. I didn't want to do all the hard ones in a row. I'd split them up so it'd go easy, hard, or like roughly like that. Since we could now tick off day 10, the next milestone was day 25. That would officially mark a quarter of the way through. Between days 10 and 25, nothing of note really happened. Well, except for one thing, and that was I hurt myself on my lower back. You see, my floor is concrete, and my other option for floor is wood. And doing ab exercises on them sucks. I was doing V-ups, and I split the skin on my tailbone, and it was horrible. I couldn't sit down for days. Anyway, day 25, a big milestone, and we had a bizarre exercise. It's called a stag. A stag is pretty much a Mario jump. And doing 100 of these was somehow harder than burpees. It's because it's like very cardio based, and it was horrible actually. I really didn't enjoy that one. Now, being a quarter of the way through, my discipline and my enthusiasm were an all-time high, but unfortunately that would not last the 100 days because of what happened next. I mentioned earlier that I love doing exercise, and my favorite sport of all time is MMA. Mixed martial arts for those of you who don't know. And on day 31, disaster struck. I was in the gym, sparring my friend, when BAM! I was struck. And my jaw popped out of place and I got concussed. It was horrible. I had to go to hospital. Next morning though, I knew I had to do the 100. On day 32, I woke up and decided I'm going to do the easiest exercise I had, because I was in no condition to be doing proper exercise. In fact, I got told actually not to do exercise anyway, and after about 2 weeks of suffering horrible headaches, I was fine. Until day 44. Day 44 was hell. It was the worst thing I'd ever done in my life. I had to do 100 chin-ups. And it made me thinking, chin-ups, oh, that's easy. Yeah, no, 100 is not easy, especially when I only had half an hour to do them because I had to get to work. Like my arms, I had to keep going, and oh my god, that was horrible. It was so bad, in fact, that by the end, my arms were locked. I actually couldn't extend my arms past this, and it was like that for 3 days. It was horrible. Ever since day one, it felt like I was looking up at this massive hill that I needed to climb. And every step, it looked like it got further and further. But then I hit day 50, and suddenly I could see the end. It wasn't that far. I just had to redo exactly what I'd done. 50 days felt like nothing. Now, it felt amazing being on day 50 because, well, I was halfway, but also by day 50, I had gathered a large variety of nice messages from you guys. You guys were so nice. The comments left on my videos kept me going and kept pushing me to do more and more. You also gave me great ideas of exercises to do, so that really helped with thinking of the last 30 exercises that I needed. The days kept rolling on, and you would think my next big milestone would be day 75, but you would be wrong. You see, day 66 was that. According to Dr. Philippa Layla, 66 days is how long it takes to make a habit. So that officially means this is now a habit. And it's a good habit, it's a healthy habit. Now, I mentioned earlier that I've also learned quite a bit from this. Yeah, because I didn't know 100 different exercises, I learned a lot of great ones. My favorite one being an Arnold press, which is this. I put on quite a bit of muscle from this. I expected to lose weight, but I actually gained weight, so that kind of made me happy. I'd been stuck on the same weight for years. Day after day, exercise after exercise, eventually before I knew it, it was day 75. And this is where things took a turn for the worst. It'd been 70 odd days and all I wanted was this challenge to be over. It was a drag getting up out of bed every morning to do 100 reps, but I still dragged my feet and got it done. See, I only had 70 exercises in the bank that I knew of. So by the time it got to day 80, I was doing things I'd never done before, and a few of them I did wrong. I'm happy to admit exercises I did incorrectly, like on day 80, which was this. And then we hit the big 9-0. It was day 90, only 10 days left, the final stretch. And on day 90, I had a feeling about this challenge I hadn't had yet, and that was sadness. I was sad that it was all coming to an end, and this challenge had been with me since pretty much the start of the year. Although most days I didn't want to do it, just knowing it was coming to an end was a lot to put me down. Next on the list is something called an inchworm, which is this. Now, inchworms are hard because you have such a large gap in between the push-ups. Speaking of push-ups, do you know how many different types of push-ups there are? There are millions. We have push-ups, we have wall push-ups, knee push-ups, explosive push-ups, decline push-ups, incline push-ups, shoulder tap push-ups, knee tap push-ups, toe push-ups, and the list goes on. Now, by this point, I'd ran out of ideas completely. Well, all except for one, and that was day 100. I had this one planned since the start, and it was going to be 100 reps of bench press. I wanted day 100 to be the hardest, as it was the last day, but it didn't really go to plan. You see, I only had a maximum of 25 kilos total. On day one, that probably would have been hard, but since I had 99 days of practice, it was actually pretty easy, and I smashed this one out really fast. As I did the last rep of this 100 days, I realized I had achieved something. I realized I achieved what I set out, and that was to accomplish something. I did all 100 days, 100 reps of 100 different exercises. And finally, after 100 days, I could have a rest day. I had gotten stronger, not just physically, but mentally too. I'd pushed myself to become more disciplined. I've never felt more fit in my life, and I am happier for it. I would highly recommend trying to do exercise every day, whether that be 10 push-ups or 100, it doesn't matter. Doing a little bit of something every day will eventually add up. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This video has definitely taken the longest to film out of any of them, and I'm planning on doing more challenges like this. If you guys have any ideas of challenges I should do, let me know and I'll try and do them. Quick side note, I was sick for the last week. That's why the video is taking quite a while to come out. Also, I was sick on day 100, which made it a lot harder. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.